Yeah. What's going on, y'all?
Yes,
BlkPrint back in the building. J5, Josh Pease. What's going on, bro?
Man, we're here. Another episode. Post Grammys.
Well, it was supposed to be. We had mad technical difficulties yesterday. We couldn't record yesterday, but
that worked out.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about from that. Also, huge rainstorm. Mark, your first year here. You brought the rain with you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
How's it feel?
I'm sorry, guys. I really didn't mean to. I thought that this was going to be new beginnings on all forms and facets. I literally brought Florida rain to you guys, so I apologize for that. That's crazy.
Bro, brought the rivers and the lakes to us.
It's funny. It's always kind of like this when it rains, though. LA just isn't built for rain, so everything starts flooding. Puddles grow larger than life.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. You'll fuck around and think you jumping over a puddle and jump into it. It's just wild.
So how long has the Tony Tone song been capped? Because I could have sworn that I thought that stood the test of time.
Shit. I feel like, honestly, when I moved here in 2015, it rained from January to like March.
The thing is, we've always had crazy rainstorms. Like, I remember in I might have been elementary school, and El Nino. It's like a thing. That was like the big rainstorm. It was like a thing, like all over the news. Like, see, it's always kind of been, every so often.
Right.
I think now it just feels a little more frequent, and then social media just amplifies anything.
Yeah.
Like when the homie Ty in New York hit us up, like, oh, hope y'all stay safe. I'm like, nigga, what do you mean?
because even with the rain, people don't know how to drive.
Oh yeah, that's
the
thing.
Worst part.
I was on the freeway looking. I was like, niggas can't drive. Even like. You got to really be attentive driving in the rain in Los Angeles because, like, if you're in that far lane to the left, it's flooded. So you'll hit it at certain points and you'll damn near be underwater.
Right.
And your shit start wobbling. So it's like, if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. But, I heard, like, parts of 405 is flooded right now.
Super flooded. People hydroplaning. And again, if you hydroplaning, don't hit your brakes. Let go of your
Just let it ride. Just let it ride. As scary as it is, I've hydroplaned one time, the worst 5-6 seconds of my life.
Like, bro, this should be like it's almost like you're in one of those circuit car like those little joints at Disneyland. It's like you're in one of them when you hydroplaning. But luckily I've only gone out to go to like eat because I feel bad like door dashing right now. Like,
I feel the same. And I just like, I don't trust y'all niggas in the rain door dashing. You might not make it. You might come in mad, just rain down the food because it ain't your food, so you don't give a fuck,
bro.
So yeah, I definitely have been driving out to eat. I did a little bit. I went to my homegirl's house last night. A little driving. Yeah, nothing too crazy.
But it wasn't that crazy. Like, today's been nuts. Last night was kind of like subdued.
Yesterday was crazy, bro.
You think so?
During the around from 2 to 9. Yeah, it was crazy rain. Shit. And the valley it probably was a little softer. Yeah. But in the city, it was crazy. That's why the puddles. Like I walked in and it was a puddle out front. Yeah. When I walked out, the puddle was huge. It was a lake.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't even walk on the sidewalk. I was walking in the street.
And you on the narrow street.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. The rain, and it's been raining consistently for
days.
Yeah, a day and a half, about to be 2 days. So yeah, man. Hopefully it lets up. I don't think so. I think this weekends is supposed to rain. So I don't know if it's gonna go to the weekend, but
I think it's supposed to chill on Thursday. And then it's right back at it on the weekend. So
that's kind of wild.
I mean, a lot of people are going to be gone anyway. They're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about the Super Bowl a little bit later.
I found the fancy name for it, too. I found out the fancy name for it out here. The Atmospheric River. Never heard of that until last week.
The satellites that Josh was talking about, bro. The weather.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, this shit, this is happening because of the way we've treated Earth.
True.
These things don't just come out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, it is what it is.
Tony Tone said that when the earth was in a much better place, and
it wasn't even that better of a place, but it was just a different place.
It was definitely different. And you talked about DoorDash just now, Josh, and I had the biggest scare in my life on Saturday. I had a package from Nike, and it said it was delivered. I wasn't home all day on Saturday, and then it said it was delivered.
Oh shit!
So I got to the door. I was like, all right, I bought a new Dutch oven because I'm back on my cooking shit right now. And I was like, okay, the Nike thing in the Dutch oven is supposed to be there. Cool. I open the door. I see one box. I'm like, did they team up? Did the Amazon and Nike team up and put my shit in the same box? No, I opened it up and I was like, and Mark was over here because we were testing out some stuff in here. And I was like, I can't find my package. My mind was not even on nothing. My mind was like, where the fuck is my package? Yeah. Because it's it's never happened and I've never had anybody take anything. Yeah. I'm walking all around my complex places I never even seen before. I walked out the bitch like,
oh man, looking in the street.
Who took my
You know, it's funny, man. When you get a package, when you expecting a package and it says it's there and you don't see it, you just start. You look down your whole neighborhood. You be looking at boxes, random boxes in the street. Like, is that my box? Is someone open my shit?
Why was I walking up to people's doorsteps like, is my shit?
Yeah, no, you be looking.
And everybody got the ring. They probably thought you was on some other shit.
Yeah, well, shit. I'm thinking they owe some other shit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they owe some other shit too. I think they owe some other shit. So like I'm going and like, and Mark comes through. We chop it up for about 30, 40 minutes, and then he leaves. Then I go downstairs one more time. I said, I'm gonna check one more time to see where this fucking package is. I come back upstairs and I got like a deck in my front area. I walk up and I said, did I really check everywhere? And I looked over and the motherfucker threw it on the deck.
Crazy, man.
But he put it on a section where it's like, you know, like there's a blind spot in the deck where you can't really see it. And if you go up to one part, you can't see over the top of it. Yeah. It was like in the corner. So it makes me wonder how the fuck he got on the deck, or how, like, what was his aim for throwing the box where I couldn't see it. So I was like, this motherfucker just walked away.
Yeah, no, I had a situation with a FedEx guy recently too, and I'm just like, man, I don't know, FedEx, y'all losing my respect.
It's always FedEx, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because
it's always FedEx.
Okay, UPS gang, baby.
UPS is always on point. They're always on time. They take pictures too.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. FedEx. So I had something I bought, and it pissed me off because it like required a signature. Like if you buy something over a certain amount, they're like, we need a signature for it. I'm not home during the day. So just
because
it's some nice pieces. So the shit comes and I'm not there obviously. So I come home, I get the slip. I'm like, okay, they're gonna deliver one more. They're gonna attempt one more delivery. So I signed on the slip like, yo, I know you need my signature, but I'm gonna sign and slip. Just leave. I put please leave at the door. Yeah. So the second delivery day, I look on the thing and it says try to deliver again. I'm like, huh? No. I'm looking at my ring. I'm like, no one stepped to my door. Like I'm at work, so I'm just looking. I'm like, no one came to my door. I'm adamant. So then I look at it. It said try to deliver again. I'm like, what the fuck? So I call FedEx. Oh no. So then they say it starts saying return to shipper.
Yeah. I'm like, because if they come over your house 3 times, you're not there.
I'm like, they about to take this shit back to New York. I'm like, hell no. So I call FedEx, and the bitch on the FedEx line, she's funny. We talking, I give her my info and all this shit, and she's like, yeah, I was like, oh, can y'all hold it at this place? I'll come and pick it up. Yeah. She's like, oh, to do that, you would have to have the shipper do that. No. So I'm like, what? Like, no, I'm like, is there anything you could do? Like, I'm giving you all the information. Yeah. Why she start, hey, excuse me, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. No. She keeps doing it over and over again. I'm like, oh, this bitch done pulled the oldest trick in the book. I just hung up.
I'm in the tunnel.
Yeah. I'm like, come on. I just hung up, bro. I was like, I ain't even.
Did you get it though?
No, I still haven't got it. So I had to hit up the people who shipped it to me. I gave them a new address. They're going to send it there. I should have sent it to that address in the first place. Yeah. Like I have like a it's not a PO box, but it's like my shipping place gives you an address. Because like some places don't accept PO boxes. Oh, so you need like a physical address. So I'm gonna get it shipped there. I should have did that in the first place, but I was just like, let me not let this piss me off. I've been in this mode where I'm just like not trying to sweat shit so much. Like you can't control everything. You can control what you can.
I need to learn your skills.
Hey man, a lot of meditation, dog.
I need to learn them. Yeah. But speaking of new shit, new pieces, we got a new piece. We're partnered on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
motherfucker. Hold on, let me do our drop for this, man. You feel me?
Yeah, man. YouTube partner,
virtual handshake.
We partner right now. Thank you to everybody who's gone on our YouTube, subscribed. If you haven't done it so far, go ahead and go do that. We put up clips every single week. People are fucking with us, man. I think it was the last episode with bands that really just put us over the top.
Oh yeah,
I think it was.
We need to do that more often too. I feel like Trayvon would be a good full show guest.
Of course,
Cam, Armand. Yeah, got a lot of people in our circle we can get on.
Yeah, for sure.
I saw Will Foster over Grammy Week.
Oh yeah,
he was singing the praises of the BlkPrint. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, we gotta start bringing on these special gusts.
So now we're officially in a YouTube game. So get ready for the thumbnails to get wilder. We're gonna be our thumbnails about
y'all really want to do that? Y'all want to do the oh my god, I can't believe it. Y'all want to do those thumbnails?
I'll do it.
I want to and this might be a little transition, but I've been like really into like tech reviews.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get into that game. Like
Marcus Brownlee,
send me some shit to review.
Yeah, we need to get Marcus Brownlee on the show. I feel like you don't talk to enough black people. What is it? MBKHD?
MKBHD. Yep. The top, some tens of millions of followers on YouTube. He just had a large amount come in from the reviews that he's done on Apple's latest new device. Yep. So yeah, amongst other things, he does a lot of car stuff. He does a lot of other techs, gadgets, stuff like that.
Yeah,
they will ship him the car to his office. He has his own office. He employs his people there too. Like he actually like is a boss. They send him cars and they just say, drive this car. Yeah, like the new Mustang, like the electric Mustang, the electric Hummer, I believe he had that too.
He had this off-road Ferrari. It was crazy. I was looking at that. I was like, wow.
I gotta check him out.
They send him shit. Like he's the only black person that people trust with their cars. I tell you, like that's a crazy stat line. But I mean, we got to it. Let's just segue that right into the Apple Vision Pro, just released.
Yep.
Everyone's talking about it. I've seen nothing but on both ends. I've seen cool stuff. I've seen people doing too much.
What's too much? Just the
Probably
future.
The nigga that got out the Cybertruck doing all this.
I mean, shit.
I'm like, bro,
it's business. It's funny because all the techniques of it all, the hand shit looks all goofy.
Yes,
it looks goofy for looking at.
He looked like something. I'm not going to say it,
but man,
he looked like something.
That shit look. I want one. I'll think about getting one, man.
I'm
gonna wait. I'm gonna wait like at least a couple months.
Does
Best Buy have them?
Not for a demo, no.
They have them though.
I think Apple's the only person that's shipping them right now. I think that because they're so niche, the pre-order window was just really tiny, and it was for like enthusiasts because not a lot of people are dropping that much.
Oh, so it's all been pre-ordered so far.
Yeah, it's all been pre-ordered.
Okay, yeah.
I
I might get one soon.
You know what I'm gonna ask. I always ask this. I talked about it on B-Sides a couple like a year ago. Where's the porn?
I mean, I've seen. I think who was it? Slim Thug was talking about he's watching OnlyFans. Like the bitch is looking 6 feet tall.
But it's not like official. He's doing it from a browser. I'm talking about pop it in and you just right there.
That's what's gonna be
Angela
from.
White room.
Where do you watch porn
from?
Which
one? The Bang Bros app?
Yeah, like what do you like? If you got an app for porn, you going a little too far.
Bro, stop acting like porn ain't the biggest.
It ain't, but I'm like, where do you watch porn besides the browser?
Oh, I mean, like people, you would make like a Vision Pro. Like right now, I just saw it when I was doing my research that they haven't they haven't allowed people or like to actually make the app for it. Like if browsers want to make an app for it, they're not.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah, but nigga, they got porn on fucking. They got what's that shit called?
What?
VR? They got VR porn on fucking X videos.
What do it look like in the Vision Pro?
And I'm not trying to be VR porn. Like I'm honestly like I could just look at it. I don't need to be in it. And like that's not. You look down, you can see a pink dick. What are we doing here?
Bro, you don't gotta look down and it's that. You could be anybody.
You worried about the avatar?
It could be.
I'm just saying like that's just doing a little too much. Like I've never been that deep into the porn. Like nigga, porn's like it's like a necessity. It's like it's like drinking water.
But the thing is that porn will let you know what the capabilities of the new hardware is.
I'm mad that your first thought went to porn. I'm thinking about all the other capabilities.
Isn't it everyone's?
No.
It's not your top 5 thought?
No, not top 5.
What's your top 5 thought?
Honestly, the thing that sold it to me was...
All right.
Honestly, the thing that sold it to me... I mean, yes, you are crazy. The thing that sold it to me was like the NBA app, the browsers. You know, I said in this show before that I would love to put the computer in my head. Like I'm all for it.
You talk about simulations.
Put the chip in my head. So I'm all for that. And this is the closest thing to putting the chip in your head.
I just you know what it is that the glasses just don't look swaggy to me too.
Shit, none of this shit looks swaggy. Really?
Mark, you have been kind of like.
Mark put on the fence.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like you've been kind of selling yourself on getting one for the past couple of days. Like you've been selling yourself on getting one.
It's funny. I mentioned it first in the chat. Everybody was like, "No, I ain't getting that shit. I'm waiting." Everybody shitted on. I'm like, "All right, techies."
I ain't said I'm not.
Niggas in the chat shitted on it.
I never said that.
There's for sure 2 reasons you shouldn't get it, and I'm sticking to these 2 reasons.
What?
It's 1, the price. 2, the battery life. If you're stepping outside with this Apple Vision Pro, like the guy that I saw at the Celtics game. Courtside, Apple Vision Pro, just whoa, in the middle of a Celtics game. That battery is 2 hours. That shit is dead by halftime. You're not fooling me. There's no chance in hell that your Apple Vision Pro is still alive in the second half of this game. And price, I mean, if you really want to spend that $3,500, by all means. But I just feel like in the next couple of years, that's going to get a little bit better.
I mean, first, on the price, that's the price of a computer. And this is a computer on your face.
No. Josh, it don't got the same. It don't got the same.
I can get
processor.
a PC for much less than $3,500.
Thank you.
A PC or a MacBook that is on your face.
That it's not as strong as a MacBook.
Hey man, this is a MacBook on your face.
How strong is
the
it?
Future,
Do we know,
bro? Like,
what chip is it using? Do we know?
As far as the text, I'm sure all the specs and all that are out there. I do like that it is strong enough that people have actually asked throughout this weekend. Man, there was somebody that's tweeted and was like, "Man, should I get this new monitor and this new Mac Mini and set it all up in my workspace, or should I just get the Apple Vision Pro and just have all of my work shit just visually in front of me?" Because you can pin
It's too early for that.
apps into your room. So if I did not have this entire computer set up in front of me,
I'm on the Vision
imagine
Pro.
I had Google Chrome just pinned right in front of me and all this other shit just pinned right in front of me, and I had no monitors or anything like that. The fact that you could even ask that is stunning in itself.
I seen it.
Is it?
I saw the vision for this shit. Nigga had the browser on his fucking, or he had the TV shit. He had something streaming. Then he had the browser next to it, like with Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Then he walked into the kitchen. He had the motherfucking recipe. He had the video over the stove.
Look at Mark. He's sold.
Niggas don't
on
even
the-
TVs no more.
I ain't gonna even front.
Mark sold.
Off the
Mark sold.
just the cooking capabilities, I might get it off of that just to have the recipe in the video and be doing that in the kitchen with covering my eyes. I don't have to cry from onions.
What if you cut your finger off because you not
Cut your
paying
finger,
attention?
bro. You can see.
Bro, this shit looks crazy on your face.
Okay,
Like,
it looks
you don't
crazy.
think you
I don't
look-
give a fuck what it looks
You
like
don't
on my
think
face.
you don't think you look like a walking lick walking around the walking everywhere with that shit.
I wouldn't be walking everywhere. That's the thing. I'm not everywhere with it. Like there's
niggas walking outside with it. That's all I'm saying.
there's people walking outside with it, but obviously they're not. There's niggas walking outside with fucking doing TikToks in the street. The fuck? I ain't doing that either. I'm just saying in the house with how you can set it up to the different rooms and shit and just reading everything. I'm with that.
It just seems a bit niche right now, the technology, and I will wait.
VR is
to the
niche.
second. Yeah, of course, yes.
Yeah.
I don't have no VR shit anyway because it does seem a little bit niche. Like everyone's like, oh, you want the PSVR? You want the Oculus? I'm like,
I'm rolling.
good. I think with the Vision Pro, I would not get the first one. I'll wait to see what the second or third one look like. And
I mean,
then
the second or third you might not get for 5-10 years.
A solid couple years.
But here's the thing: we've seen Apple kind of go into like this space where they do something like out otherworldly. We saw it with like shit like HomePod, and then everybody got a HomePod, and nobody fucking has a HomePod anymore. I'm just gonna wait and see how people attach to this piece of hardware before I invest $3,500 into it.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm on it.
Because it's not tried and true yet. It's not like you get an Xbox, you know what you're getting. You get a PlayStation, you know what you're getting. You get a PC, you know what you're getting. You don't really know. Like you see what you're getting, but it's like it could improve over time. Like it's cool to be an early adopter. I'm all early adopter gang. This is not one where I would probably early adopt. Of course the barrier of entry is crazy, is super high, and also it's unproven. There aren't a lot of things other than Apple product, like Apple apps and things like that you can actually do on this thing.
Yeah,
like you can't do much with it other than Apple.
No, I mean
the
Disney has like some special movies and things they put on their app for it. It's starting up. It's early.
That's yeah, exactly.
But
I want to see more.
I'm about to be a part of it, man. I seen the vision.
Can I get Spotify on it and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, do stuff. Can I remove the scroll bar and stuff like that? That's stuff that I want to see.
Nah, Spotify's I think Spotify and YouTube said, yeah, we ain't making the app yet, but we'll think about it down the line.
It's too early.
But everything else is in that motherfucker.
Okay. I don't use reminders. I don't use a lot of that shit. Like, let's just be clear. Listen, I'm not saying I'm not knocking y'all for getting it. I'm not knocking y'all for getting it. I'm just saying this is why I'm not sold on it yet from doing my research, seeing the reviews. Shout out to Marcus Brownlee. It's not something that you need right now.
All right.
I will say this. You talked about how nice, you talked about the way that it looked. Do you remember Google Glass?
Yeah.
A couple years ago?
Yeah.
You think it looks better than Google Glass?
No. I thought Google Glass was goofy too, though. Yeah. But the Vision Pro looked like, you know what was crazy is that it doesn't look like how it was when it was presented. Like, you know how it was clear in the girl's face, like in the ads.
Oh,
it's not like that.
No, it's like a little frosted.
Yeah, it's like purple or some shit, right? It's like dark, right? It looks
depending on if you did your face scan, your new scan to have like, it looks so fucking weird. You literally scan your face, kind of like how you would when you do your face scan on your phone.
Yeah.
But now when people look at you with the Vision Pro on, your eyes are just like imprinted in the glass. That's so they can see you like looking at it. It looks fucking nuts.
See, government coming after you. Government could be coming after you.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. Government got everything already. I just seen some shit the other day. My homie, I probably can't even tell this story, but the government got all the information. He went to he went to like a real government ass building.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, just put in your PIN." And he was like, "What's my PIN? I don't have no PIN. This is my first time here." They were like, "It's the last 4 years social."
Oh God.
Yeah. So the government got
the FBI building.
Yeah, it was some shit. So.
But yo, I need to remember we talked about this on B-Sides a couple of months ago. I think it was like a year ago to the month. We talked about VR the first time, and we talked about having VR simulations. And I'm like, do they Mark's face?
I'm trying to stay as stern-faced as possible now. I can't.
We need to see the future of video games in the Vision Pro. Yeah. I need to see GTA 6 in the Vision Pro. See what's good. See what's happening with it. You know what I mean?
That might be a lot. Max Payne VR, I'm I don't want to do Max Payne VR and I'm leaning over to the side like this.
I think that I'm Tom Cruise.
The one thing I do want to see is the video game capabilities of it. I think that's always been the most interesting part of VR to me, is just being in the game and doing certain things. Like there's it's actually on PS. It's like a quarterback game, Quarterback 1, I think it's called. Mm-hmm. That's super dope. But yeah, I don't know. I'm into it. Like I've always been like, oh, VR is a cool concept. This is the best iteration of it, and it's only gonna get better. It's Apple.
I think. Have you tried Oculus yet?
No. Oh, I have.
Did you like that?
It's cool.
Okay.
I think I enjoy this. This just has more functionality.
Because the idea is that okay, let's be clear here. Vision Pro isn't technically VR, right? It's AR. Like it's not
it's
like
it's like a mix. It's about a mixture of both.
Yeah, it's not
like a mixture of
both. R. Whatever the fuck it is.
He said
I'm
R.
rolling, bro.
R.
It's the R.
The R.
They're trying to erase the real R. That's the crazy part about it.
You named it R.
Erasure.
They trying to erase the real R. It's crazy.
Hey man, I'm just saying. I think the functionality of the Vision Pro is dope. I like it. I enjoy it. I think it's the next frontier for what we do.
We need
with
the
our
edit.
phones.
We need the edit of that album cover and just put a Vision Pro on that black silhouette.
Y'all are silly, man.
Hey man, if you get it, let me try it.
I might fuck around with it. I'm gonna see.
I promise you, I'm not gonna put Bang Bros on it. Or I can't promise that.
Just watch a concert. You're good. I did a Post Malone show on the Oculus before. That shit was pretty lit. Nigga was smoking. The smoke was like hitting me in the face. I was like, what the hell is that?
Right there is hell. What's up?
No, I'm telling you, man. This is the future of technology.
Or I feel like as far as video games go, Fortnite would probably be the first game to actually attempt to do something on the Vision Pro. Because I think that Fortnite is like, in terms of video games, they're the only ones that are like moving the genre forward and trying like a lot of really different cool stuff right now. Like you see the team up they did with Lego, which is like a huge deal. Like they're the concerts that they have every single week with actual performers becoming characters in the game. Like they're progressing things in a really cool way that like I feel like a lot of other platforms like TikTok and stuff should like look to how they create an immersive experience for their audience. So like I could definitely see Fortnite being like the first adopters to bring their content to the Vision Pro. So we'll see.
Absolutely. It's definitely it's definitely next, and that it's not as out. You're about to see all the other companies and developers build, not even copycat, but just build upon it. Yeah, like Spotify and YouTube aren't far away from being apps.
Hey, I need it. I like I said, when I looked at it, I was like, there isn't much here other than like I can't do Discord on it yet. I can't do a lot of things on it yet.
To me, it's like that's like when the PS5 came out and there wasn't many games early.
That is not true though.
I mean, it wasn't really a lot of games.
There was a lot of games for PS5 when it came out.
There was a lot of PS4 games you could play. It wasn't a ton of PS5 games when it dropped.
I mean, there aren't a lot of games that you have to remember. It was a different launch period because it was during COVID. So a lot of things had to get...
But there was still a limited supply of PS5 specific games.
There were more PS5 specific games than there was on any other system at that launch, including Xbox. Xbox had no games that were just specifically Xbox games. PS5 launched with Demon Souls and a couple other games that were just primarily...
Yeah, but there was a limited supply.
I didn't say there was a lot. I'm saying that there were more.
I said there was a limited supply. I started this statement off.
This is not even the same.
Did 4 and 3 drop in a lot of games? I'm trying to remember the 4 and 3 launch titles that people just remembered a lot of.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, when new technology drops, new hardware, it's limited at the beginning.
4 had but again, you got to add the COVID thing into that too. PS4 didn't launch during a pandemic, So like a lot of studios had to push a lot of stuff that they did back. I'm not arguing that there wasn't limited.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying is the correlations that's limited at release, and as now that it's in the wild, I'm pretty sure on the second shipment and the third shipment and fourth and forthcoming, there's gonna be way more apps and things that we use every day being like, hey, we're ready to opt in.
Let's look at it in 6 months. Same way we do with everything. Let's look at it in 6 months. Come back to it around what? July? And see what's going on with the vision. If you walk in the crib doing this,
I'll definitely have one by then. I mean, I don't even think that's the funny thing about it. It's not something I would take outside the house, really.
All I see is niggas driving the Cybertruck truck with the shit.
I might the car. I might think about
car. You're wilding.
The most out of pocket shit was the dude watching his daughter and going like this, having a screen so he could do this while he watching his daughter. I'm like, damn, bro, that's really crazy.
I feel it though. Like I be thinking about that sometimes too when I be doing certain things. Like, and I don't want to hold my phone, or like I'd rather just have it there. Like,
what if you get like a message from somebody and it's like they do the animation where it comes up to the screen and they're trying to look for you?
I think it does do that. And if you want to take the FaceTime, it takes it like it's fucking Iron Man. It looks nice.
I saw that in the review. So yeah, I mean, again, cool technology, just a little too early. This weekend, Super Bowl. Peas, what are your thoughts? Who you think? I'm pretty sure he's gonna say I hope both of the teams lose, but
Super Bowl this weekend. It's funny. Everybody's going for the 49ers. Chiefs got this. Patrick Mahomes is superhuman.
Is he gonna go down as like the greatest?
You got Tom Brady still to contend with. It's a lot of legacy he got to fight against, but I absolutely think I don't like. Are people excited for it? People talking about this? This feels a little lackluster.
I do not hear anyone talking about the Super Bowl.
I heard more people talking about like the Usher halftime show than anything. Usher's also putting out his album that week, which
on Friday.
Yeah, I heard a record. He just dropped a record with the Ruin record. I kind of like that record. I'm not mad at that.
I mean, and let's get to Usher here. Like I think that we're doing a Throwblacks on Usher. That's coming out this month. Yep. Right on time for all of the Love Day festivities. And I think that when you look at Usher, like you gotta call him, you gotta crown him at this point. Like he is one of the greats of all time after this weekend. Like win or lose, like this dude. They said that there was an argument. He can't do it. His songs don't resonate. I think he's gonna prove a lot of people wrong.
Yeah, I think his songs definitely resonate. Usher's one of those guys that like kind of came out a little popish. Like it wasn't like he came out just straight R&B sexy time. Like it was a little pop leaning. And he's held the test. He's stood the test of time. Yeah. Honestly, there was a point where I thought I kind of counted Usher out.
Why? When?
I mean, he dropped the whole project with Zaytoven.
Oh yeah.
Like what?
They have records on there. That don't even Peace Sign wasn't nice.
Nah, Peace Sign wasn't.
That don't even make sense. A whole Zaytoven project.
I think that a lot of people are upset that he might perform like OMG and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What else is he gonna perform?
Yeah. I'm like, he made money off that.
I don't like that song, but it's like, what else is he gonna perform?
Yeah. Yeah, is that like if he brings Lil Jon out, that's
I mean, he has to do Lovers and Friends. Like there's those are big records.
Right.
I'm concerned about him doing new stuff. Please don't do anything new.
No, he shouldn't be doing the song with 21 and Summer Walker.
Which I kind of like.
Good's not good.
He's still good.
Why is he doing good at the Super Bowl?
But I feel you. It's just like it's not. I mean, honestly, if he was doing any new song, it would better be that one because that's it's a good look. Feel good. But yeah, I don't know. Like I was one of those people when it first came out that was like Usher, but it makes a ton of sense coming off the Vegas residency.
Most talked about residency probably ever.
Man, Usher brought skates back. Niggas is doing skate parties. Niggas at the skating ring again. Like just to bring that back is you goated for that.
Who do you guys think? As long as Jay-Z is kind of like helping facilitate these artists in the Super Bowl, who should be next? Who should we see in the next 5 years?
That's a hard one, man. I think you got to get Taylor Swift next.
Yeah,
album coming out this year, like
April. Fuck.
Yeah, like there's no, and it might be April album, and then another album top of the next year. Right. Like she don't play.
Yeah. And then you think of the ratings. She'll probably do bigger ratings than the actual fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah. So I think you got to do Taylor. Like, and I'm not even a big fan, but it's like, come on, that's just the layup.
Unstoppable. Okay?
Yeah.
Like she's unstoppable. Coming off the Grammys, I think that like a lot of people are saying, they need to get a Drake or they need to get stuff like that. And I'm just like, I just don't think that like, does he want to do that?
I mean, you kind of do need to get a Drake though. Like that's the thing. Like, I don't know if he wants to do it. I don't know if he sees it as more like a legacy thing, and maybe he does it in 5 years. I don't know. But
he got enough songs.
But come on, I mean, he doing a Super Bowl show right now. Right. Tour. This shit's crazy. Like I haven't seen it yet in person, but I've definitely seen reviews and talked to people that's been there, and they're like, "Yo, this is that tour he just did with 21 on 10."
Really?
Like he's doing songs for the new record.
That's crazy.
And then you got Cole is like the intermission. Like
that was what struck me as odd, and I wanted to know your thoughts on that. Is that like he has maybe like 10 songs? To Drake, like 35.
I definitely am like, damn, you could have given him some more. But also, I get it. It's like we have a show flow already. Okay. So like it's like fit into this box. Yeah. And then we're gonna do our shit together too.
Is that often what you'll see when artists kind of go back on the road? And a lot of these are makeup dates too, right?
Yeah, no, these are makeup dates. It's still that leg of the tour. Yeah. So I couldn't see him switching up the set that much. Right. Even just the creative of it, it's still very much the same creative, just kind of like updated a little bit to
Virgil's
what's going on.
There,
yeah, Virgil, the panties. Now he has the bra because the whole that thing. It's still a lot of the same elements. Yeah. But yeah, no, I didn't see the set changing dramatically. Okay. But I think it's a super plus up to have Cole rather than 21 Savage. Right. And that's no knock at 21 Savage, but it's just like Cole has records.
So
like,
and the fan base.
Yeah, the fan base, but then it's just like it's crazier records. Right. Like they're going off.
And they do their records together, their new ones and their old ones. They did in the morning, and I was like, damn, like people.
Yeah, that's like
that shit in a minute.
I mean, that's two GOATs. That's arguably, when they say top 5 in the rap game, top 3, that's 2 of the 3.
I think Drake could definitely make it happen. Kendrick could make it happen, but I'm gonna be real. I don't see too many that I would actually put out there, and that's been the conversation over the past week on social. Is like who could do this?
What with Drake?
No, just
who doing this type of tour?
Who could do the Super Bowl? And they were like Cardi B. And
I'm super, yeah. I mean, Cardi is too far past the first album. She got to come with another record that just resonates. I don't know. It's hard, man, because it's like you gotta have someone that crosses over, and they have to cross over in a real meaningful way. That's why I see like a Taylor, where it's like she's just bigger than life. Yeah, like you have Black Taylor fans. You have everybody's a Taylor fan. What's
the new girl? What's the new girl? Mark, the other girl is like the new Taylor Swift. She's Filipino. What's her name? I forgot her name.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Her.
But even her, it's like it's too early.
Yeah.
You don't really see people that's like still in a prime-ish doing this shit. Right. Like you don't often see that.
Well, here's one that I thought. She hasn't done this yet, right? Mary J. Blige.
I don't know if it's big enough crossover records. Yeah. It's a lot of names you can throw out. You know what I just thought of before when you mentioned it? Alicia Keys. But it's like it's not enough crossover really. Right. I don't know.
White people know her. White people know her though.
Yeah, they do. Well, like she's about to do a Broadway show, and like it's she's definitely in that crossover sector. I don't know if it's like records that people are just like, oh.
I just can't think. And again, it goes to like, and I guess this is a good segue over to the Grammys. It's like there's a big kind of conversation around right now. The Grammys. There's a lot of things that came out of the show this weekend or this past weekend. I guess we could start with like the fact that the Jay-Z speech and how he got up there and said what he said, and a lot of people are talking about that. There's differing opinions on each side. He was accepting like a Global Citizen Award or something. Yeah, like that.
Well, you don't want them fluff awards. So like I laugh because they gave him a black Grammy. It's a Dr. Dre award too. That's what's funny about it.
Yeah, because he walks up to Dr. Dre after it. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, we get what that is. But I think that again, we talked about the Grammys on the show a lot of times. Yeah. For the past 2 years. And I think that again, like the importance of it is not like grown in my eyes to what we should be caring about in terms of the Grammys. Yeah. I think that they've only kind of become like more explicit in what they want to show of our culture, and that's really all it is. All of the rap nominations were relegated to off TV.
Yeah, that was a big fuck you to the genre, I think, which is really interesting. Yeah. But I think as this narrative of rap on the decline continues to push, it's going to get pushed out the box. And you didn't have any big rap albums that were like album of the year nominated or anything like that. So I get it. It was like, we traded R&B for rap this year. Right. Yeah. Which is an interesting trade-off.
And we traded. And again, this is no shade to R&B. Victoria Monet absolutely deserves all the flowers. Yeah. That was a fantastic album. What struck me about her is that album drops in like September? I haven't seen it happen so quick.
Yeah, I think she was right. October, the Grammy cutoff is like October. Yeah. She caught it right before. Right. And it was primed to happen. Right. I think just from what she was been doing in her career, from the writing with Ariana Grande and all that stuff coming up into this. It was like it was her time.
Right.
Man, MTV Awards, you motherfuckers missed out, brother.
Really whiffed this one.
Y'all missed out. That shows how irrelevant y'all are.
Yeah, like they really whiffed.
Yeah.
I think that like even if I almost feel like if they go back to it, you kind of got to give her the whole show.
I don't even think they go back to it.
You don't think
These
so?
motherfuckers so stupid. They're gonna just be like, oh, we missed it.
They sold her because like even when after she didn't do,
I felt it at the time. I kind of got it, but I'm like, I got where they were coming from.
Yeah,
but I was wrong too.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. It's like, you know,
when the Grammy noms hit and she was on there, I was like, oh fuck, we might have.
But I kind of saw that coming too, because like one thing about Victoria, she's been in the game for a while.
Yeah.
She's really cut her teeth behind the scenes in the music industry, and she's been on the Grammy board for a while.
Oh, okay.
So it's like she's a voter. She's been active in the community.
Right. So she knows how this works.
Yeah, she knows how this works, and I just know that they were going to reward her in some sense. Her time was going to come. Yeah. And this was her time, and you know, best new artist. That's huge, man. That's a hell of an accomplishment.
Great performance too.
Great performance. She really killed it. She's one of them ones.
Yeah, she really is. And again, you see that trade off, then you see the trade off again. Killer Mike sweeps the rap award. The rap noms.
That was interesting.
To say the least, very interesting. Because I mean, I would have thought, you always have those noms in the Grammys where it's like they're gonna give it to this one because no one's heard it. They really did that shit this year.
No, well, that's the thing about the Killer Mike shit. It's funny. The Killer Mike album is very much an album made for the Grammys. Okay. And just who the Grammy voters are. The Grammy voter isn't the kid on TikTok. Yeah. The kid on social media. The Grammy voter. I mean, I would love to see the demographic. I'm pretty sure 35 and up, like easily. Like they're making a push to get younger voters in there, but easily 35 and up. So it's like
younger voters that would make the noms very interesting too.
Yeah, it's like you have like Playboy Cardi nominated, and like, you know, it just get kind of a little crazy. Like, I'm not mad at Killer Mike sweeping. I think a sweep was interesting, but I understand it and I get it. That's one of them albums that was made for this. It was made for this moment. No ID on the production. You have Killer Mike with Future, Killer Mike with Thug. Like, it's like the juxtaposition. Like, they really went out there and made an album that was an art project.
And they Future and Thug get Grammys too?
Yeah. No, that's the thing. It's like, I feel like there's a lot of people talking shit on social media, and I'm just like, nah, like, first of all, get active if you care. And second of all, you can't, because your favorite album didn't win, you can't downplay this album. Yeah. Like, your favorite album probably sold well or better, but who knows if it was quote unquote better? It's all subjective. This is a subjective thing. It's a vote.
There were some things on there that was kind of like, and as far as the nominations, they were kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing on there that I was like, oh, that gotta win. Yeah, instead of Killer Mike. I was like, oh shit. Okay.
I would have thought. I mean, I knew they were gonna vote Drake. I would have thought that honestly, Metro would have won. That's what I thought.
Metro's a good one too, but I also think, again, Killer Mike made that album for the Academy damn near. Yeah. And I think the campaigning around it was that. And again, about the age demographic of it. A Metro album ain't a 35 and up album. Yeah. It just ain't.
It's good.
It's good, but it ain't a 35 and up album.
I saw somebody say on TikTok that Metro's album was considered a classic the day it came out. And I was like, where was I when that was said? Or I was like, it's become this argument has become part of the TikTok kind of wash cycle at this point, where everything you scroll now is, how could you leave this classic off, or reactions to everything? Yeah. And I'm just like, I was like, listen, I really like the Metro album. I never thought it was like a classic. Okay.
I think it's a great album.
Yeah, it is.
It's up there for me of albums that came out that year.
I would have put Spider-Man over it though.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Spider-Man's a great album as well. But I think we live in a reaction era. Yes. And then we live in a hyperbole era. Yeah. Like, cause if y'all really thought so highly and greatly of this album, you would still be streaming it now. Yeah. It would still be in on the Hot 100 and all these places, and it's not.
And like the only one that really is like Her Loss. Like the only one that really is a smattering of songs from that album. Which again, the guy who said that was just like, Her Loss was the best Drake album we gotten in 10 years, and I was like, all right, man. I swiped up swiftly because I knew
swiped away immediately.
I said I knew what this was. I should have hit the not interested because I'm gonna see that nigga again, but I swiped up. But again, like I think. We said what we had to say about the Grammys. We know, Josh said it succinctly, really greatly last year, talking about the Grammys and about their meaning to the culture and what they mean to us. And it still holds true here. It's just like, why do y'all give so much of a fuck right now about this? Like, if you really fucking care, like you said, get active. Put them, and also on the side of the artists, get active. Yeah. Because I don't know what's going to be nominated for this award next year.
Yeah, my thing is get active, and then also I'm not putting that much credence into the Grammys. I think I've said this on the show before. I've definitely tweeted it before. I prefer a Source Award to a Grammy. I want my culture to give me that praise and highlight.
Yep.
I'm really, I think, I've mentioned it before, ain't shit funny. I'm really trying to turn that into an award show. I'm gonna make it the diplomatic awards show. It's gonna serve the culture the correct way. So I just think those things should matter to us a little bit more, and we just don't put them on the pedestal that they deserve.
Yeah. We put other people's shit on the pedestal.
Yeah, and it's like and no knock to anyone that won and anyone that's been nominated. That's just a hell of an accomplishment.
Right.
It could be, that can coexist with whatever else is out in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we need to kind of take a step back and really think about what this is and what this means to us as a culture.
Yeah.
Because it's not for our culture.
Right.
So yeah, if we're accepted and we're, applauded by that side of culture, great. But it can't be our end all be all.
Absolutely.
Like I seen someone like, I think Travis might have mentioned something like 10-year snub.
Yeah, snubby 10 times in a row.
Yeah. And it's like, Travis, you're an amazing artist. You have created a brand and ecosystem and a community that looks up to you. Like Travis Scott is an archetype for a kid these days.
Yeah.
Like Cactus Jack is who these kids believe in. Like that's just a religion to some of these kids.
Shoes sold out in less than 1 second.
Yeah, so it's like you can't let a Grammy make you feel any type of way.
Yeah, because it's not going to make you bigger than what you are right now.
But I get it from the validation standpoint. I get it. The greats that we love have won these things. Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, like people we look up to. But also it's like
different era,
and it's just not for us. In that era, it wasn't really for us either.
Yeah,
like
because you gotta think like those people that you just mentioned. They were fucking unicorns. Yeah. To them white niggas back in the day. Like, you never seen a Michael Jackson, and we never seen one since. Never seen a Quincy Jones since. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's still here.
I was going to say, I forgot who was the artist that won Album of the Year in like 1976. And he was like, oh, God, thank you, Stevie Wonder, for not dropping an album this year. When Stevie Wonder was uppercutting the damn Album of the Year category each and every year. Like, those things felt a lot different back then. I think I appreciated a lot of how there was a lot of age talk this year. I think a lot of people that were winning for the first time. Obviously, you brought Victoria Monet, 34 years old, just got her first Grammy. Killer Mike, we brought up Killer Mike, 48 years old, just got his first Grammy. They both talked about how important it is to just stay the course. Nas, he got his first Grammy a couple of years ago. Yeah. Even somebody who, we talk about who the culture is really for, Miley Cyrus, you would assume that she would have a lot more preference than a lot of that. 31 years old, just got her first Grammy. And her big thing when she went on stage to accept for Flowers, I think she got Record of the Year, was like, hey, my career was pretty good even before all of this. So for a lot of the artists that are really looking up toward this, don't let this be the end all be all. I'll gladly accept this. Like, I really love that I got a Grammy, but don't let this be the end all be all, because look how long it took me throughout this huge line of career to make to where I am now.
Yeah, she made a song about Jordans with Mike Will, and now look at her.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what has Miley done to win the Grammy before this?
I mean, Flowers is definitely like the biggest song of last year, though.
I don't even know the song.
You ain't heard?
That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know a lot of these
songs.
Like, I don't know the Taylor Swift shit. Like, I listen to hip hop and R&B only, exclusively.
You ain't been in the bowling alley and saw "You Get Made Out of Flowers"?
Nah.
You had to have heard Flowers at least. Walking to CVS.
Bro,
No Walgreens.
I don't know these songs.
All right. Okay.
And it's not even me just like being a contrarian. Like, I don't listen to the radio. There's really, they play outside, don't play music unless it's old music anymore, for real. Like, if you think about when you're at Target or some shit, they play old
They
shit.
Play Flowers at Target, Josh.
I don't be at Target.
Yeah, they definitely play Flowers at Target.
All right. I'm saying
They play Flowers at Whole Foods.
I like Flowers is a good song.
They don't play music at Erewhon, so.
Flowers kind of gives you the vibe.
Flowers is for sure playing at Erewhon.
They don't play music at Erewhon. It's no music.
Oh, they don't play music at all. Oh, okay.
Nah, the only thing that you hear is the cash register at Erewhon, just like this, because that's
the water bottles clinking.
That's what happens at Erewhon. But I wanted to kind of talk about my last 2 weeks, in life here on the show this week, because it's been 2 weeks, and of course every time we have a show, something always fucking happens. Right.
Oh,
so 2 weeks ago, I was part of the 530 people who got laid off at Riot Games. And
it's crazy to even think about. Honestly, like I kind of not forgot. Yeah. Obviously, I know you didn't forget, but it's something I don't think about.
Yeah.
But damn, that shit's crazy, bro.
It's a lot of fucking people.
It's a lot of people.
So like, I want to walk through like the days leading up to that and like what happened the day of, because it's really a crazy story that I haven't even actually said like in full, like what other than like people that are just around like you guys and stuff. Yeah. But like, you know, like people they saw the news and stuff, but like I heard about this layoff, mass layoff. Have you heard of the app called Blind?
No, but I have heard that there's in California this thing called the WARN Act, where a company has to notify the California government before layoffs. Yeah. I just found about this last week.
Yeah.
So did they warn?
I think that's how they found out. As someone, because Blind, you're completely, it's anonymous, but it's like Reddit for people who work at companies. Spotify,
oh yeah,
Spotify's up there.
Oh no, I know. No, that's how I found about the WARN Act.
Yeah, like it's Spotify's up there, Riot's up there, Electronic Arts, every Tesla, everything's up there. So like I went into the office on Thursday. It was my last time in the office. Go figure. And one of my coworkers said, "Hey, do you guys have Blind? They're saying there's going to be layoffs." And I'm just like, I'm thinking we just got a new CEO at Riot at that point. And I was just like, would they put that on the new CEO who is a person of color who, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. Like I'm thinking through it. I'm like, we're working on games. I'm working on a bunch of campaigns right now. Like there's a bunch of things that were like going on that had me thinking like, if it is happening, I would think that it was going to hit the people who have been there that are making 300, 400K. Mm-hmm. Like I'm thinking because when COVID happened, they overhired, right? So I'm like, you know what? I told my coworker, who's still there, by the way, shout out to her. I was like, don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. And she was fine. But I was like, you're going to be good. It's going to be people that are like way higher than us. Yeah. Monday happens, and let me tell you, I worked in the corporate side of Riot. I don't think I've actually like said this publicly before, but I worked on the corporate side. I worked in corporate comms, so like I was basically doing like crisis comms. I did social mostly. I worked with D&I teams. I worked with game teams. I was the liaison between corporate communications that happened at the company at that point. So I worked with the people who made the speeches for the CEO.
Okay.
So the guys, the PR people, all of that stuff, like those are my bosses, right? And they were acting real weird, and it took me back to Kashmir, Josh, when niggas was acting weird. And I said, I'll never forget this shit, because it just lets you know like Josh's personality. I was like, Josh, I think I'm about to get fired today. And Josh was like, nah, no way.
It's like, I was like the homegirl, like we good. It's crazy because like at that time, I didn't see it coming, and then even at this time, you hit us up before like. I think you had. What did you sent something in our group chat?
I sent the leak.
Yeah, you sent the leak.
Yeah,
and then I was like, "Oh, you straight?" I think I might have said that. Like, you good? Like, I just don't.
I was like, the way that this happened was so crazy because the whole weekend I was like, I had just been going through some HR stuff with my manager at the time, and like he had basically got cleared of everything, and I was like, I was already like, fuck, like.
Yeah.
Can I go back and work with this person for a whole year? You know what I'm saying? So that was on my mind that weekend. Not the layoff but how can I proceed in this company, and can I like go, you know, I love that's one thing about it too. Y'all never heard me complain about my job ever.
Yeah, no.
Like, and I've been laid off lots of times before. I've left jobs before. Y'all all have been there for my journeys. I ain't never complained about this job. I loved my job. You know what I'm saying? So Monday comes around, everyone's acting weird. The funniest thing was my boss we had a stand up every Monday. He took it off the calendar. He said, "There's so many people out this week. I'm gonna just take it off and we'll do it tomorrow." And I was just like, I looked at, you look at the Google invite, you can see who like accepted. I was like, nobody canceled this meeting today. Also, how the fuck can you cancel a meeting that your boss is in? I never cancel that fucking stand up because my boss is in it. You can't cancel that. So I was like, I immediately text my friend. I was like, yo, I think it's about to go down today. Like everyone's being real weird. Everyone's being real flighty. Like another meeting of mine got canceled. I hit my manager up like, yo, what are we doing? Like, do you need me to leave your update? He was like, oh, no, it's fine. I'm like, bro, the fuck out of here. Y'all are all acting real shifty right now.
Yeah.
2:30 hits. I'm chilling. Ain't nobody slacked me all day. And that's usually a rare occurrence. I'm chilling. I get the email that says, hey, your password has been changed in the Riot Games accounts. I said, well, I got laid off. Like I knew already 2:30. My passwords got taken away. Mind you, no email comes out. 2:45, Bloomberg leaks it that everyone's that Riot's laying off 11% of their workforce. I go on my a video game message board that I frequent called Reset Era. It's already on there blowing up. Already has 5 pages of people like, what the fuck's going on? Reddit already blowing up. Blinds already blowing up. They're talking about it could be 1,000, it could be 500. And I'm like, oh, okay. 255
within 15 minutes.
Within 15 minutes of all of that. And I get, like, looking back, I get why they had to shut my stuff down first. But I was like, damn, a lot of people didn't get that forewarning.
Yeah.
That I got to know that. So, like, again, I'm like racing. I just got married. I'm trying to move. You know what I'm saying? We want to move soon. I'm like, fuck, what is this about to be? Because I don't know the terms of what this is going to be.
Yeah.
So 255, I've lost at that point access to everything. Not only with the password change, they said you've lost your administrative privileges on everything. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm laid off. Where's the email? 3:00 hits, email comes out. Most confusing email you've ever read in your life. The email says, we're making a lot of changes and some people might be affected. And today we made the tough decision or some shit like that to lay off 511 people from our workforce. And I was like, well, goddamn. So they said, you got to wait for 30 minutes. In the next 30 minutes, you're going to find out if you got a job or not.
Oh my gosh.
At this point, I'm like, I know I don't have a job. Yeah. I'm like, I know I don't have a job, but you're still going to make me wait for this email. But they say, oh, but this is at the top. At the bottom, they say like, oh, but we're going to have a really great severance package for you. The severance package is nice. I honestly feel like they could have just led with a severance package. The severance package made it so that like I could literally, if I wanted to, just chill. Like I can chill. I'm still technically employed by the company until a couple of weeks from now for the next 2 months. And after that, I get a severance, guaranteed, clean cut. I got paid to leave. Cool.
Hey, man. Sounds sweet to me.
It's at the time it wasn't sweet though, Josh,
sweet
because when they said, oh, you get at minimum you get 3 months severance at minimum, or 6 months. It was 6 months actually. At minimum you get 6 months severance at minimum. So I'm like, what? What does that mean? But they didn't lead with that. They led with all y'all niggas getting fired. Also, we got resources for y'all niggas and we giving y'all money. I'm like, y'all should just put that at the top, and then I would have been a little bit okay with the bottom. I get that email at 3:25. I'm trying to tell niggas, all right, y'all, peace out. Slack's gone.
Oh man.
Within 5 minutes. Slack's out. No more Slack. I get into it. We still email access though. We get into emails. I get into a Google Hangout with a bunch of black people from Riot, and they're all like, it was crazy, bro, because people were coming in and saying I'm good and then leaving. They were coming in and saying I didn't get hit. You know, it was just everyone there. Like I've never seen this before. Like every single black person that worked there, and there's only like 100 of us. Yeah. At that point, they came in, and I've never seen a community like this before. They came in and they say, "Yo, I'm good. I'm gonna stay on the line in case somebody's not good, and I'm gonna be here to talk them through it." Yeah. And I've never seen a community do anything like that, because what hit me and what still hits me to this day, I got on and I was like, I don't even know what to say, but I got on and I say, hey y'all, I got impacted. And the thing about the email was so crazy is that the email says status about your employment on the subject line. You go in there, long paragraph, and then in the middle, it's either you've been impacted or you've not been impacted. Yeah. It's the craziest shit ever. So I go in there, I say I get impacted. 3 of my coworkers at that point, they break down, they start crying. Damn. Because like a year before they laid off 53, or last year they laid off 53 people. Yeah. Over 25% of those people were black.
Yeah, no, it's tough, man. I think that's one thing about these layoffs that is kind of unspoken, just because layoffs are just generally bad. Yeah. But the amount of people of color who are always affected by these layoffs, always, like it's never not the majority of people of color. Right. And it's like an interesting kind of like just not talked about tidbit, because layoffs in general are just terrible. Right. But yeah, that's something that needs to be discussed a little bit more.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to like downplay the fact that it's like it could be traumatic to them, you know what I'm saying? But like it hit me at that point that it was traumatic to them. You know what I mean? And I to this day I still talk to them every day.
Yeah, no, it's real. I mean, it's real life. It's like you really forge real friendships with people you work with. Yeah. And you know, to have something like that happen so close in proximity. Yeah. It keeps you on alert. It makes you feel away, and it's
I just saw all these people in Texas in November, and we was all like cool. We was gonna meet up, all this stuff, and now all the people are gone. You know what I mean? And I stood up for a lot of black people there, like in terms of just campaigns that we did for them for Black History Month. A lot of things. I don't know what that's gonna look like. You know what I mean? Like, but it was something that I really enjoy. It was giving people a voice, and that's not just the black people there. It was the Asian American people there. It was the Filipino people there. It was, the Latino people there, like everybody there I made a relationship with, and they all hit me up. You know what I mean? They were like, yo, we don't know what the fuck we're going to do without you. You know what I'm saying? And that meant a lot to me, but I had to have my exit interview later that night. And, I'm just kind of like, that scene of Homelander where he's just like in the movie theater and like everything is just static around him.
And there's a silence.
Yeah, I was just like, they're just telling me like, oh, we're going to give you this and we're going to send you this package too. And my boss was on the call because like,
they got to have,
you know what I'm saying? They got to have somebody there, but like they were taking people from his team. So he was like, he got emotional and he was a little upset about it. And I was just like, I do at least respect it. Like he sat there and was just like, was just like, yo, this isn't
human about it.
Yeah, he was human about it. You know what I mean? It wasn't just HR on that line with me. It was him. And they like the HR lady was like, do you want to get off the call? He was like, no, I'm gonna stay on the call the whole time. And he just sat and said anything I need from him, he'll help. You know what I'm saying? So, it's been a very interesting 2 weeks for me and an interesting start to the year. You know what I mean? Just has been crazy.
Yeah, man. I think, like I told you over text, rejection is protection. That's something you always got to keep in mind. I think situations like that aren't for you. Mm-hmm. And, to be able to step away with, a nice severance package and, a clean slate and a clean jacket, that's a beautiful thing. And I think, it's just, what comes later is going to be greater for sure. It's funny. I'm thinking about the exit interview because I wouldn't be able to do that. Like with my manager on, I'd be like, nigga, why the fuck is this happening? Like I would have had questions like, and and they probably don't even have answers to the questions, but, I definitely would have poked and prodded just because I'm curious, like, what's the rhyme or reason around some of these layoffs sometimes? Like
what got me was that like y'all made a big bet, and when the bet wasn't working, you had to cash out, but y'all still got big bets to make. You know what I mean? I think that's the thing is like, I understand it from that aspect, but it was the way it happened. You know what I mean? That I felt was very like callous at that point. Like the money makes it go down easy for sure. Yeah, no doubt about it. But
and I think, not to cut you off, but I think about, to your point, the business aspect of it. Yeah, they made a big bet. They got to kind of reap the consequence of that bet at this point. So I get that. It's just interesting times, man. I've said it before, quiet recession.
Yeah.
No one's talking about it, but we're going through a quiet recession right now.
2 days after this, Activision Blizzard lays off 1,900 people. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't make this up. So there's a bunch of people, luckily not doing what I'm doing, is a bunch of developers and shit like that that don't do what I do, that like, they're all fighting for jobs right now. Yeah. Like, in a very much smaller market. And to be fair, like Riot did open up internal jobs, but I was like, how many people do they expect to, like, after you've basically pulled the rug under them, to be like, okay, I'll go back?
My thing is, how y'all hiring and firing? Like,
exactly.
I never understood that.
Like, people were like, why did y'all fire us in the first place? Because there's over 60, 65 jobs on there. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready to go back. Like, somebody asked me, like, would I ever go back? And I was like, yeah, I'll go back. Not right now, though. Like, I'm mad at them right now. Like, this is crazy. Like, I feel like there was so much more in the 3 years that I was there that I didn't get to do. Like, one of my biggest things is I wanted to work on a game. You know what I mean? Like, now but to your point, like, what's next for me is like, I want to go do that. I know that I can do that now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got the experience to go do that now. So, it's just been a lot. Like, I think my first like thought is like, fuck. Yeah. What it like? It's like,
that's how I felt when I found out. I'm like, fuck. That's just tough, man. I think, I've seen something similar at a lot of companies I've been at, and just being on the inside and seeing it happen, I'm like, fuck, like, this shit is just disappointing.
Yeah, exactly. I think one of your more noble things is that, you voice your interest in not having any type of interest in bad mouthing Riot, but with those types of emotions, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't blame you if that was one of the first things that were on your mind. It's like the reaction of it at the time. Yes, it may have you a little bit more free. Obviously, now you're in a space where you can really get to freely talk about the things that you love. Gaming is one of your highest loves out of everything. But the aspect and how everything went down, I wouldn't blame you for that. Was one of the things that was just like, yeah, there might be some things that I just had a bad taste in my mouth about.
I don't want to. I got to be real. Like, if not for Riot, I would have never gone to Barcelona. If not for Riot, I would have never got the seats that I got at Mania last year. My boss gave me his box, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. His season tickets to go see that. You know what I mean? Because that is the quality of the people that worked there. And I say that this is different than any other job that I've been at because of the quality of the people that are there. And that's just number one is the people always for me at a job. When I got laid off from Kashmir, it wasn't about the job. It was, I got to work with Josh, got to work with Sade, I got to work with Kyle and a lot of other people that I fucked with at that job at the time. But with this, like this job, honestly, like it changed my life. It really did. And like a lot of people don't understand it. It's like, I saw one of the people that I actually did a video. I used to do like social first videos at Riot, and I would produce them and I do the scripting and all that stuff for it. And he was like a 10-year, like he was like, when I first got to Riot, there were people that were like, I will retire here.
Yeah.
There were people that were like, I will retire here. I've been here for 15 years. I will retire here. Yeah. He'd been there for over 10 years. They let him go. He worked on like League of Legends. He did the sound and everything. Fantastic dude. Awesome guy. Did a lot of stuff for the Filipino community within there. And like, I've been reading his tweets and like, he's been, the range of emotions that he has is all over, you know, and I completely understand that because this wasn't like, Riot wasn't the dream job. It became the dream job when I got there. For a lot of these people that were there, that was it. So there were people who said, I've been waiting 7 years to get here. And then I finally get here and they lay me off in 3 months. Yeah. So it's like, it's a gut punch. You know what I mean? And I feel for them. I'm praying for them. I'm hoping that they're doing okay. I check in with a lot of people too, same as they do me, but it's like the quality of the people that are there changed my life. Like when me and my wife were going through, you know, personal things that were happening with us, you know, they were always like, take some time off. You know what I mean? They're like, this shit is going to be here when you get back. Don't even worry about it. And that just speaks to the quality of the people that were there. So I don't have no interest in bad mouthing them. I just feel like it was crazy that they had to just kind of like cut the fun off. You know what I'm saying? So early.
You had also noted that one of your bigger surprises throughout that week is the gaming community in itself. The fact that they armied up so quickly, went on Reddit, said, "Hey, here is as much as we can find out about the names of the people that were laid off from Riot." Your name ended up being one of the ones that ended up being on Reddit. I think they thought you were. They think you were a music producer?
Yeah, I thought I was a music producer. I think it's because I retweeted that video thing that I did with I won't say his name, but my homie there that worked at Riot. He did sound, but I was like, I guess it's because I'm black. They think I'm a music producer. I definitely didn't, but I definitely didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody what I did at Riot. Honestly, I felt like it was like. So DEFCON 4, like if I was working on a game team, I would have been like, okay, I worked at League or TFT or something like that, but I didn't. And I also want to shout out our friend Justin too, who also worked at Riot, was also let go as well.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Justin got let go as well.
That's crazy. See, like goes back to just the black delegation and just how many of those people are let go.
We were just all together.
Literally just all together a couple weeks ago. So
talking to Modi about it. Modi was asking us about Riot. And we were just like, it's a great place to work. And now we're both gone.
Nah, that's just wild, man. It's still hard for me to even process. So I can't imagine how it is for you.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think that like one thing that I saw, other than just like Riot Noir, that's what they call themselves there. Like everybody that's black that worked at Riot, they made like a Google sheet and a Notion board of everybody who got laid off, what they did. And they pointed you to places where you could go talk to people and you could go like ask people like, hey, are you hiring? They said, we got these people waiting to do resume reviews, resume help, cover letter help, all of that stuff. And now all of those are things that I can just readily go access right now.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful.
And like even the people at Riot, they sent, or on Reddit, they sent that spreadsheet with all of our names on it out there. Wow. And I tell you, when they did that, I started getting hits. Damn. You know what I mean? Like I started getting hits and people like, hey, hit me up if you want to, see our capabilities, see what we do, stuff like that. Like, and I've been telling them like, hey, give me a couple of days. And they're like, no, fine. Take as much time as you need. I was like, because technically I'm still employed there. Yeah. Like, I could just chill right now, but it's been a really great outpouring of community that I haven't seen anywhere else. Yep. And I don't know if you'll see that anywhere else, but it shows just how diehard these fans are of what Riot does and what, video games are. Like there's a lot of shitty stuff about it, but there's also like stuff like that happened that I never had been a part of that was pretty cool.
Man, no, that's awesome. I think, yeah, to your point, the community rallying around and helping, that's a beautiful fucking thing. And, like I said before, man, this shit's just like everything happens for a reason. So it's onward and upward. I think, you've gained some great skill there and you've worked in a lot of different industries and a lot of different sectors of social media, which allows you to kind of go on and do whatever you want next. So yeah, I'm excited about the next chapter.
Yeah, I don't know what it may be. I don't know what it is, but I think that like
and you don't have to know right now. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like you definitely have that time to kind of mull on it and let it sink in and you know, just start to kind of game plan. But yeah, it's just rough, man. I think we've talked a ton about layoffs in the last
on the
6
show.
months, 12 months.
Yeah.
So to have that directly affect you, it's crazy, man. It shows that, you know, we're real people out here who are going through real things alongside you guys. And, you know, I'm glad that we're able to share our experience and you know, kind of be an outlet for folks.